We are live.
Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom to the nation of Israel. Want to say, start off by giving all glory and honor to our creators, whose name is Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai. Want to say, Thawada Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kahala Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Barakatah. And the mighty shalom to the 12 tribes of Israel that scattered abroad in the last days. Shalom to you, shalom to the elders of Yahweh's camp. Shalom to all of the members of Yahweh's camp, men, women, and children alike. Shalom unto you in the last days. I'm your brother Yashuv. This is Yahweh's camp. Brothers want to go around the panel.
Hey, Shalom, Israel is your brother Mahar. Kwam Yasha.
Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Israel. That's your brother Yashawan Ban Yahawadah.
Hey, Shalom, Israel, it's your brother Shalak, Ban Shami Wan.
Hey, Shalom, Israel, it's your brother Kazak.
Khan, all praises, man. So as y'all see in the title of this lesson, it's life after death. We're living in some trying times where many of our loved ones are leaving this physical frame as we see it, and many long before have left this physical vessel. You know, in our departed into different places, what have you, right? But there's a lot of mixed up doctrines that are going on in Israel right now. So through this lesson, through the spirit for spirit, we're just going to see if we could clear up some of these doctrines. One of those being into the truth and the understanding of what hell is from a physical and from a spiritual standpoint. Another is the reincarnation understanding. Should Israelites believe in reincarnation, or should we leave it alone with the people who started that origin, right? So let's go right into it, man. Let me get the book of Philippians, chapter 2, and verse 10, and I'll read it if you could pull it up on the screen. All praise to the Most High. All right, so this is the book of Philippians, chapter 2, and verse 10, and it reads that at the name of Yahushai, right, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, every knee should bow, of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth. So, my brother, can you go into that word right there, under the earth?
Khan.
And the next scripture is Matthew 16. Right? Because we
Strong's
got to,
G
yeah.
2709.
Lucky, Aki.
Katach
No, go
Thanias.
ahead. Hmm.
Katach Thanias.
And it refers to subterranean, refers to those who dwell in the world below,
Hmm.
departed souls.
Departed soul. So I want y'all to take note of this right here, right? Um, a subterranean, right? As well as a place for departed souls. So this just said things under the earth, right? But now it's getting a little deeper. That just went a little deeper than just things that pertain to under the earth, right? Because there's water under the earth. You understand? There's many things that could be under the earth, right? It's creepy things, bugs, and all types of things, right? But this is very specific, and it says a subterranean place where departed souls would be, right? So we might get entangled with clearing up some of your doctrines. So be on the lookout. I'm swinging sword heavy. Let me get Matthew 16 and verse 13. All right. I want to clear up one understanding that many of our people struggle with coming into this knowledge where you think you have many chances and many lives. Like if I don't get it right in this life, man, the Most High bless me with grace and mercy. He gonna give me another body. I'm just gonna come back as somebody else, man. I might be Moses, man. I might be Solomon, man. We got a lot of people, they talking about they King David right now, right? Hey, somebody might even be the Hamashiach walking around right now, man. But they saying it, right?
Damn.
We got many false Christs walking around here right now. But it's a reason why he said that on a deeper level, right? Because he knew that these theologies would come into play during a time that would end where people would distort the spirit of the word, right? Versus the letter. Many people tend to understand the letter, but our people avoided the spirit of the word, man. So let me get Matthew 16, and we're just gonna read 13 and let me see, 13 and 14 for this one, for right now.
Khan, I can start it off.
Come.
The book of Matthew, chapter 16 and verse 13. It says, when Yahushua came into the coasts of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am?
Mm-hmm.
And they said, some say thou art John the Baptist,
Mm.
some Elias.
So we're gonna just stop right there. Let's just stop right there, because those are two key components and two powerful names right there, right? So it says, some say that you John the Baptist, right? Your cousin, right? Some say you are Elijah himself, right? The man who never died, by the way. But we have people in this current state, many Israelites walking around right now who say that they're still waiting on Elijah. Why are people confused with these doctrines, right? They're calling on men that are teaching, on the street corners right now today saying, yeah, this brother's Elijah. Look at his spirit. Look at what he's doing. Hey, that's cool. That's cool. We come in the spirit of many of our ancestors. You understand? When you go into Harriet Tubman, you would say she had the spirit of Moses on her, right? They called her the female Moses. She did some of the things that Moses did, right? But was she Moses? Nah, couldn't be, right? So let's go right into it, right? Let's see about this, because it says John the Baptist and Elijah right there, right? So let's see about this reincarnation theory. In fact, can you just pull up the origins real quick of reincarnation real quick,
Khan.
so we can see, rather let's see if this was a custom of Israelite traditions. Let's see if the Hebrews ever taught this.
You want the definition?
Either the definition or the origin, if you could go into the origin of reincarnation. Let's pull up the definition first, just to pull it up, and then let's go into the origin of it.
Let's see what we got here. Can you see that?
I could blow it up.
Let me see. Let me zoom in a little bit. How's that?
Fine.
Okay. It says reincarnation, the rebirth of a soul in a new body. A person or animal in whom a particular soul is believed to have been reborn. A new version of something from the past.
See that? So you could be a person, an animal. Some people, when they go into it, in their traditions, like the Hindus, some of the Buddhists, they believe you could come back as a flower, a plant, you know what I mean? Loved one, a flower will erect in their garden somewhere. It may look special to them, and they say, "Oh, that's Grandpa so and so. It gotta be." You know what I mean? Look at the flower. It's not being harmed any. That got to be grandfather. And they end up worshiping the flower and praising the flower. Go ahead. Yeah.
Khan is for regeneration. It says an act or process of regenerating, the state of being regenerated, a spiritual renewal or revival.
See that? So we deal with regeneration all day on this side, right? The 3 R's, right? Which one do we want to deal with? You got resurrection, regeneration, and reincarnation. We're going to throw away reincarnation because that's not listed in our records. But regeneration, absolutely, we definitely do regenerate. And we're going to show that, right? The disciples will regenerate and sit on 12 thrones judging the children of Israel. You see that? But they're not coming back as somebody else. They're going to come back as who, the Messiah can recognize, right? So let's get into that. Well, go. Can you show where it shows the origins and the people who started this reincarnation understanding,
Let's see what I can pull up.
this doctrine?
Reincarnation origin. Let's see what we got here. And of course, Google wants to give us their AI robot to answer these questions.
Right.
But it says the idea of reincarnation or rebirth has a long history in many religions and belief systems, including Asian, Greek, and Middle Eastern traditions. The origins of the notion of reincarnation are obscure.
That's the one I want right there. Yep.
There you go. It says the origins of the notion of reincarnation are obscure. Discussion of the subject appears in the philosophical traditions of ancient India.
Mm-hmm.
The Greek pre-Socrates discussed reincarnation, and the Celtic Druids are also reported to have taught a doctrine of reincarnation.
You see that? So nowhere, during this period, and when you go into the history on this, I believe that we would still we would have still during this period of time, when you look it up, I believe that the 10 tribes were still under captivity under the Assyrians, while these people were still teaching this doctrine, right? So it's not something that just newly sprung up, and Israelites didn't know what was going on, right? We just had our own understanding. But let's clear this up. Let's see if anybody is if just any random person is going to fulfill Malachi 4 verse 4. So if we could bring that up real quick. Malachi chapter 4 verse 4 through 6. Somebody grab Matthew's chapter 11 and verse 11.
I got that, Malachi.
Khan, all praises.
Khan, you ready for it?
Absolutely, King.
Khan, this is the book. Oh, damn, Salakia. Hit the wrong book. Here we go. Malachi, chapter 4, verse 4. And it says, "Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel, with the statutes and judgments."
Right. So we got to understand the statutes, the law. We got to understand the law and the statutes and the judgments that many of our people want to throw away because they don't want to be found guilty. We're supposed to reverence these judgments, right? We're not supposed to abhor the Most High's judgments. Whatever He puts on us, hey, we're supposed to love it like we love the law, right? Go ahead.
Verse 5. "Behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord."
So stop right there. So people just they hit that right there. They closed the book and they said, see, Elijah must be coming in our time, in a future tense. You see how these brothers is bringing these scriptures out on the corners? Man, that must be Elijah over there. That man, look at that brother right there. Look how many people he's bringing in to the fold. That got to be Elijah, man. But no, let's keep going. Let's read verse 6. Let's see who did this work.
"And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse."
God, all praise to the Most High. Right? Let me get Matthew's 11 and 11 and through 14. And somebody grab St. Luke chapter 1, verse 13.
I got the Matthews 11:11.
Khan, all praises. Hey, start at verse 10, Shalati.
Khan. It's book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 10. "For this is he of whom it was written, Behold, I send my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare thy way before thee.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 11, verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there have not risen a greater than John the Baptist. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he.
Go ahead.
Verse 13, for all the prophets and the law prophesied until John.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 14, and if ye will receive it,
So he
this
says, if you will receive it, right? See that? Because many people don't want to receive this testimony. We got brothers ignorantly right now that are teaching on big platforms saying John the Baptist won't in the truth. So how are you in the truth if John the Baptist won't in the truth? What makes you greater than he? Right? Go ahead.
this is Elias,
This
which
is
was
who?
this is Elias, which was for to come.
This is Elijah, which was for to come, right? But let's see if he was Elijah, right? Or let's see what he was operating in. Let's get Luke, St. Luke chapter 1 and verse 13. Let's see if this
Con,
was
that's
actual Elijah.
Con, I
All
got
right.
it.
Come,
So verse 13.
come.
All right, this Luke 1 and 13. It says, but the angel said unto him, fear not, Zacharias, for thy prayer is heard, and thy wife Elizabeth shall bear thee a son, and thou shalt call his name John. And thou shalt have joy and gladness, and many shall rejoice at his birth.
Mm-hmm.
For he shall be great in the sight of the Lord, and shall drink neither wine nor strong drink.
Mm-hmm.
And he shall be filled with the Holy Ghost,
Oh, he's
even
gonna be
from
filled with the Holy Spirit, just like the Hamashiach Yahushua, right? Go ahead.
his mother's womb.
Mm-hmm.
And many of the children of Israel shall he turn to the Lord their God, and he shall go before him in the spirit and power of Elias,
Nah, he was Elijah's brother.
and he shall go before him in the spirit and the power of Elias.
So he was in the spirit and in the power of Elijah. He was not Elijah. He was operating in the same fashions of Elijah. He actually wore some of the same garment that Elijah put on. You understand? So John the Baptist was a clear representation of that spirit that walked the earth, right? He understood the testimonies. He understood the doctrine from old to know what he was walking in. The same way we're supposed to follow the shoes of him that came before us to walk perfectly, right? It's just that John the Baptist was operating in the spirit of Elijah, right? But go ahead. What verse you at?
Salak, can you hear me?
Khan, yeah, I hear you now. What verse you stop at? Verse
Verse
17?
17.
Khan, all praise. So if you go back to Malachi 4 and 4, you would see that that is the fulfillment of Malachi 4 and 4 right there, right? Showing you that Elijah, right, is his own person, right? But his spirit was passed on in the things he did to John the Baptist in that present time in which he was walking, right? So let's go back to Matthew chapter 16 and verse 14.
The book of Matthew, chapter 16 and verse 14. It says, and they said, some say that thou art John the Baptist, some Elias, and others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. He
Mhm.
said unto them, but whom say ye that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, thou art the Hamashiach, the Son of the living God. And Yahushua answered and said unto him, blessed art thou, Simon Bar Jonah, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And I
See
say,
that? And you see now we got flesh and blood revealing many things to our people, but they're void of the spirit. They don't have the spirit and the discernment that come from on high from the heavens to reveal some of these mysteries. They just going off on what their favorite teacher might have told them. They didn't really rightfully divide the word to come to some level of truth for themselves. But they just listen to everything that their favorite teacher told them and say, yeah, that's it. Elijah's over there. He's teaching, somewhere, and you pick a city, okay? That's where Elijah's at right now. Right? Madness, man. But go ahead.
Khan, verse 18, and I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the
hmm
gates of hell shall not prevail against it.
And it says, and the gates of hell shall not prevail. What's that word hell right there, by the way? Let me just see.
Let me pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it
hmm
up.
Strong's G86. Hades. Hades. Thayer's Lexicon. Hades. Hades.
So we going into the Hades, right? Hades, as they call it, right? So what is that? What is some of that? What is them saying down there?
It says the name of Hades or Pluto, the god of lower regions, Orcus, the netherworld, the realm. Later use of the word, the grave, death, or hell. In the Strong's definition, it says unseen,
hmm
uh, the place of departed souls,
hmm
grave or hell.
Right.
Yeah,
So that's it. A place of departed souls, right?
right.
Right. Going into that same understanding on Philippians 2 and 10, right? A
Okay.
place of departed souls under the earth, right? But that's all I wanted on that.
Uh,
So verse 19.
verse 19. It says, and I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven.
hmm
Then charged he his disciples that they should tell no man that he was Yahweh Shai Hamashiach.
Go ahead.
From that time, from that time forth, Yahweh Shai to show unto his disciples how that he must go unto Jerusalem and suffer many things of the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed and be raised again the third day.
So he was killed, right? And he had to be, in order to be killed, he had to be put somewhere, understand, in a sepulcher for 3 days and be raised after that because his vessel, we're gonna go into it, would not see corruption, right? So just like us in a physical, nobody here. Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all keep y'all's meat portions, those that consume meat and things? Do y'all hold on to those past 3 days according to the law?
Uh, I guess I'll jump at the first opportunity. If, if I don't stick it in the freezer, yeah, I'm using it that night probably, most likely. If not, the next day.
Okay, all right.
Con, I would say the same, but no telling before how
Okay.
long is it in store.
So who understands the law on throwing away your food after the third day?
I think we should go get it.
See if you can pull that scripture out for me. But we'll keep going while he finds that. Right. So verse 22 says, Then Peter took him and began to rebuke him, saying, Be it far from thee, yeah, be it far from thee, O Lord, this shall not be unto thee. But he turned and said unto Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan. Thou art an offense unto me, for thou sufferest not the things to be of the Most High, but those that be of men. So you see, a lot of our people are following the things of men, but not the things of the Most High. And that's why the Hamashiach had to rebuke the hell out of Peter right here, because he didn't understand the scriptures. He didn't understand the prophecies that the Messiah had to go through these things. You know, he was thinking fleshly, carnally. He wanted the Messiah to live forever. He wanted the kingdom right then and there. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want the Messiah to speak these words. He said, "Nigga, you tripping." You understand what I'm saying? But do you got that scripture, more?
I cannot find it with the life of me. I thought it was in Leviticus, but I'm not seeing it. Shalakia.
It's okay. I'll grab it. Let's just keep going.
Con. We want 23? Oh, you already did.
Yeah, yeah, just keep going. I'll pull it up.
Okay, con. Then Yahushua said unto his disciples, this is verse 24, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
Right. So it says, that's key point right there, Salatia. So it says that whosoever shall lose his life, right, for my sake shall do what?
Shall find it.
Shall find it, right? So we in a time where people are void of this spirit right here. You don't understand the importance of putting off and casting off the old man, right? Killing off the flesh. We're supposed to kill ourselves daily, you understand, and come into this spirit, right? Greater works have he in your brother that will lay down his life. That's a great work for your brother that's standing next to you. That's the spirit of the Hamashiach right there, right? This flesh is not going to live forever. This blood is not going to make it into the kingdom of heaven. You understand? So we have to become new creatures, you know, rather brothers like it or not. You know, this flesh must perish. You see that? So go ahead and keep going. What verse you at?
26.
20. Go to 27. Slatia.
Verse 27. It says, For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works.
See that? So he's coming in the glory of the Heavenly Father, you know, not of himself, man. He's coming in the glory still in that, in all that power of the Heavenly Father with the holy angels behind him. All right. So let's go to the book of Hebrews, chapter 9 and verse 24.
Khan, I got that for you, Rock.
Khan, all praises. We're going to go to 28.
Khan, this is the book of Hebrews 9 and 24. For Christ is not entered into the holy places made with hands, which are the figures of the true, but into heaven itself, now to appear in the presence of Yahweh for us, nor yet that he should offer himself often, as the high priest entereth into the holy place every year with blood of others. For then must he often have suffered since the foundation of the world. But now once in the end of the world hath he appeared to put away sin by the sacrifice of himself. And it is appointed unto men once to die.
Nah, brother, it's appointed unto men maybe 3 or 4 times to die, brother.
It is appointed unto men once to die. But after this, the judgment.
But after this, the judgment, right? Go ahead.
So Christ was once offered to bear the sins of many, and unto them that look for him shall he appear the second time without sin unto salvation.
He's going to appear a 4th time, brother.
And he shall appear the second time without sin unto salvation.
Yeah, because we got brothers teaching that the Hamashiach, Solomon, Isaac, and everybody else in the scriptures right now, man.
Right.
And that's foolishness.
I was
You know
just
what I'm
gonna say
saying?
just a straight cut to all of that.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
blasphemy, and that's why brothers want to throw away the book of Hebrews. But go ahead, King.
hey, Salaki, yeah, I heard a breakdown where they said that Yahweh Shah was Adam first, and then from Adam it went to Melchizedek, then from Melchizedek it went to Isaac, and then from Isaac to Solomon, and then from Solomon to Zerubbabel.
You see, hey, look, when you hold a doctrine like this, there's no end. There's no end. You understand? Like, come on, man. So, hey, before you know it, man, you know, they may say he was a heathen. You know what I'm saying? He might be Cyrus or somebody else too. Who knows what doctrines is coming out next? You know, you let Esau get a hold of it. You let Esau know that this is what's going on. He gonna manipulate all these scriptures. You gonna say, yeah, they ain't got it yet. I thought the spirit was on these brothers. Nah, they tripping. But that cuts all of that, man. Right? That cuts all of that to the shreds right there, and it's over. You should no longer listen to somebody that's teaching you that the Hamashiach came and he walked the earth as Isaac or King Solomon or anybody else or King David. You understand? Or anybody, man. Right? All of these things are easily cut through the precepts, right? Go ahead, brother.
Hey, Salaki, real quick, and also, you know, I'm pretty sure that if Yahweh Shai was here before, I'm sure there would probably be a precept, even maybe even himself, that said that he's come again. You know what I mean? There would definitely be a lot more emphasis, a lot more pointing, because if the Most High wants you to know something, he's going to have you know it.
Hey, he gonna make it plain, right?
Right.
Hey,
Matter of
so
fact, hey, get that. What's that? Habakkuk, is that Habakkuk 2? 2 and 1?
hey, so I was gonna, I could get that too, but I was gonna bring out a quick precept to
Yeah, go
what
ahead,
you
go
were
ahead.
saying. Now that was powerful what you were saying. Let me bring this out real quick. This the book of Sirach, chapter 3, and I'm gonna start at verse 21. And this is an issue that a lot of people have. It says, "Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee." So a lot of people trying to seek out a lot of dark mysteries that might be too hard for them, right? It says, "Neither search the things that are above thy strength." It says, "But what is commanded thee," right? So a lot of people skip past, the basics, keeping the laws and commandments, and they try to get too deep into certain, breakdowns and stuff, right? It says, "Think thereupon with reverence, for it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret." So it said it is not needful. So let's just entertain this, right? Let's
Mm-hmm.
say that Yahweh Shah was all these people. Like, what does that have to do with me getting salvation?
Right.
Like, what? Like, I mean, think about it. Like, what the hell does that have to do with me inheriting the kingdom?
Right.
Did the Lord say you ain't gonna inherit the kingdom unless you know that I was, Melchizedek and Zerubbabel and Isaac, and that don't got nothing to do with nothing, right?
Absolutely.
But
Hey, Salakia, look, that's almost like, and look, that's Ruth, right? That's the Moabitess. Who and if she's an Israelite, cool. If she's not an Israelite, cool. But that has nothing to do with you getting salvation, right? The Lord said to keep His commandments and live, right? If He
right,
wants you to know something, you're gonna know it.
right, that's right. I'm gonna finish this off real quick, right? Verse 23, it says, "Be not curious in unnecessary matters." So a lot of people, they curious in unnecessary matters. That's unnecessary, right? Like I said, we need to be focused on keeping these laws and commandments, because that's what's gonna get you into the kingdom And that's according, out of Yahweh's own mouth, right? According to Matthew 19, right? It says, "For more things are showed unto thee than men understand," right? So you should be, grateful that you even understand that you got to keep the commandments, that you an Israelite, right? That you even know your heritage, because a majority of our people don't even know that, right? It says, "For many are deceived by their own vain opinion," right? And you calling, Yahweh all these different people, that's your own vain opinion, right? I still have yet to see the breakdown to show that, Yahweh is Zerubbabel and Isaac. But you got people out there that's teaching that, right? It says, "And an evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment." So a lot of people, come up with these, crazy breakdowns, they show that, they just got all the wisdom and the knowledge, right? A lot of people puffed up with vain knowledge that's not even, proven in the scriptures, right? But that was all I had on that. But I could get that Habakkuk. I think you want 2 and 2.
Con, all praise.
Playing upon tables.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get that real quick. Just the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 2. It says, "And the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it."
See that? So he said to make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it, meaning you're not going to stumble at the word. You're not going to look with confusion at the word. You're going to run and keep running through these scriptures with understanding, because it's plainer to you. When you sitting there and you and you coming up with all of these doctrines of men, that's confusion, brothers. You understand? You're confusing sisters. You're confusing young men who just merely wants to come and service their creators, man. They just want to keep the laws plainly. They just want to try to figure out the commandments. These brothers are just happy to be Israelites, but then they got to come in and hear confusing doctrines from men that's trying to sound more intelligent than what they really are. You know, we in a time of great researchers, right? Knowledge have puffed up so many souls in today's time, man. It is ridiculous, right?
Hey, Salaki, I got a precept for you.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 4. It says, "Turn ye not unto idols, nor make to yourselves molten gods. I am Yahweh, your power." And going back to what you were saying about how people, there's nothing wrong with reverencing or showing respect to a teacher or somebody that that gave you a little bit of a knowledge. But when you turn around and start making them into something that they're not, when you start saying that this person right here is John reincarnated, or this one right here is Ezekiel in the flesh, right? Or you have Elias over there sitting against the wall, now we got a problem. Now the Lord has a problem, because now you're turning these people and you're making them more than what they are, and they're just humans just like you, right? They're Israelites just like you, right? But now you're making them into idols, and you're going off of every word they're saying and making that law.
Hey, Salatia Mahal, can you grab Leviticus 19 and 7?
Come.
That's the scripture I was looking for.
There it is. "And if it be eaten at all on the third day, it is abominable. It shall not be accepted."
There it is. Plain upon tables. All right. So let's roll on with it. Here was that. Oh, if somebody could grab Ecclesiastes 12 and 7 and 13 and 14 right there. Then we're gonna go to Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter.
Say Ecclesiastes 12 and
12
7.
and 7, King. Yeah.
Con. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 12 and 7. "Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto Yahweh, who gave it,
See, that sounds like Hebrews, right? So the writers of Hebrews understood what was written in Ecclesiastes. Okay, so for whoever's throwing away the book of Hebrews, somebody understood in the Hebrews what was being written and spoken of here, right? So read that one more time, King. Slide.
Con, Ecclesiastes 12 and 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto Yahweh who gave it.
hmm Let me get verse 13 and 14. This is where people, we got to come back to this and throw away all these strange doctrines.
Con, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment, with
Every word. Go
Salakia,
ahead.
with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Con. So that's what brothers don't want to come into judgment. They just like, yo, listen, when you die, don't worry about it. There's a doctrine going on now that, listen, hey, 2/3, you ain't got nothing to worry about because the righteous Israelites, that's the elect, they gonna bring you back in the kingdom. They just gonna have a bunch of babies, and boop, there you go, one of them. You know what I'm saying? We bringing all Israel back into the kingdom, rather if you was wicked or not. See that? You see how confusing these doctrines could be? You just cast away the judgment of the Most High because you don't know how to deal with it. Because you don't want to be found guilty of every word that man shall speak, right? You don't want to be found guilty of all your wickedness, right? You would rather find an excuse for your wickedness. You would rather say, nah, man, that was too hard, man. I was in captivity, Father. You know what I'm saying? The world was beating me down. I couldn't do nothing. Hey, he said, listen, man, you was worried about the cares of the world more than just keeping these commandments, man. You wanted the doctrines of men. You wanted to know if my son was Zerubbabel, and Isaac in them, instead of just keeping the law and making the word plain upon tables. You see that? So Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 3, and we about to get into it.
Con, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 3, which being
2
extinct.
2 and 23, Salatia. And
2
somebody grab Ecclesiastes 3 and 11.
I got that.
Con.
Con, this is a Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 23.
Mm-hmm.
For Yahweh created man to be immortal
Mm-hmm.
and made him to be an image of his own eternity.
So understand that. Stop right there, right? So it says, for the Most High created man to be immortal, right? Without death from the beginning. Thus saith Yahweh, right? He created Adam and put Eve there in the bosom, to follow those commandments, man. But they fell the hell off, right? So he said, and made him to be an image of his own eternity. So somebody grab me that Ecclesiastes 3 and 11. Yep. And I'm gonna grab
Con.
this other one. Uh-huh.
It's book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 11. He hath made everything beautiful in his time. Also, he hath set the world in their heart.
So
So,
stop right there, right? So can you pull up that word world right there, Mahal? Right? Because it says that back over here in Wisdom of Solomon, right? It says that he made him to be an image of his own eternity, right? So going to that word world right there, and you see those definitions right there, right? So the world that he put in the hearts of our people and our minds was the understanding of future, was the understanding of eternity, was the understanding of immortality, right? Living forever, everlasting life, right? Let's go into it, right? Look at
Huh?
that. Everlasting. Go ahead, King.
Right. It says long duration, antiquity, futurity, forever, ever, everlasting, evermore, perpetual, ancient world, ancient time, forever, always, continue existence, perpetual. Now, here's a question, and this is, more food for thought, right?
Hmm.
So, what's forever? The body or the spirit?
Mm. Mm.
Now
Good
that's
question.
a good question for the audience to if they want to answer it or your brothers want to answer it. That's the question.
Pose it one more time. Say it one more time so they could be clear on it. That's a good question.
So, what is forever? Is it the body or is it the spirit?
Mm.
Hey, Khan, that's powerful, huh?
Because if you think about it, right, if we're going to continue this constant regeneration until the Most High opens those books, I'm thinking that it's the spirit that is forever, right? That doesn't go away. Um,
Ah.
I could be wrong, but it's definitely a good question worth researching.
Hey, the scriptures say flesh and blood cannot inherit.
Bingo.
Hey, but look right here, right? You see what it says here? It says without end, right? Somebody grab classic, right? Isaiah what's that? Isaiah 45:17.
Khan, Isaiah 45:17. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded. World without end.
See that? Eternity. He placed eternity within us. He gave us the keys and the knowledge on how to escape hell, how to escape that judgment that brings forth the damnation of your soul. So what happens when people don't want to follow this particular understanding is because you find they're void of the spirit. That's all that is. You see that they have a fleshly mind, but their spiritual senses have been clouded. You know, so through the spirit of this lesson, man. We hope that we could, you know, kind of win some souls. Not the flesh, but the souls. That could understand that your Creator created you to be in the image of Himself. Matter of fact, somebody grab Genesis 1:26, right? Because in order to understand these things, man, we was not created to die. That was not the Most High's intentions when He first put man in the earth. He said, I wanted to put something of my own likeness. The same way that Adam, once his sons went off and he had to bring everything back. He said, listen, I'm gonna start over. Now I got Seth that's in mine image and in my likeness to follow the things according to the scriptures, right?
Khan, I got that Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Genesis 1:26. And Yahweh said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness,
See
and let
that? And
them have dominion over the fish of the sea.
power over everything. You see that? So if we're made in the pure image of the creators and in that likeness right there in the earth, we was the likeness from the heavens in the earth. The things that's in the heavens is what's created in the earth. Everything that's bound in the heaven is bound in the earth. You see that? So where people are saying that there's no place for you to go once you leave this physical frame, and you're just going to keep coming back till you get it right. Where's the spirit in that? So if that's the case, then you telling me what was the purpose of the Most High sealing up the garden? Why didn't he just go ahead and kill everybody, or just say, you know what, nah, hey Adam, you know what, you starting this thing over. You know what? Let's go ahead, let's get Eve together. She went off, she messed up. We're gonna slap her up a little bit. Let's just bring her on up in here and bring Seth. We're gonna bring Seth up in here. We're going back to paradise where things gonna live forever. You see that? But you can't do that because the root was already tarnished. You see, the Most High know his work, man. You right? He created everything from the beginning to be so. He knew what he was creating when he did the creation. It's just that our people are void of the knowledge of these records to understand that the Most High created a place from the very beginning for lost souls. And that's what you're gonna have to deal with through this lesson, right? So let's go to verse 24 on that Wisdom of Solomon. And then we're gonna jump up to verse 1.
Khan.
Mm-hmm.
That was Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 24.
Let's read 23 and 24 in like mind. Let's just go ahead with it.
Khan. Wisdom of
Mm-hmm.
Solomon 2 and 23.
Mm-hmm.
For Yahweh created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it.
All right, you learned evil. You're not learning good from the Most High. So you taking hold of the devil, you taking hold of evil. So therefore, you're going to find death. You're going to find everything that's corruptible until you put on that new man. Until you fully are converted. You see that the Most High got the power to wound. He gonna wound the hell out of you, and he got the power to bring you back to full strength and to full health. But our people gonna keep going to them blind physicians. You see that? They're gonna keep going over here to try to get healing, from people who can't never heal them. You see, it's only through what the Most High put in this word that can heal us, right? It's only the things that he put in our essence from the very beginning, right? That we've been void of from the spirit of knowing that we can naturally restore our physical frames if we stay away from certain things, right? But we're void of that knowledge. We're void of eating good foods to cleanse the body. We no longer want to eat these things, man. Right? We know a salad is good. We know good fruit is good for us, but we would rather still consume flesh that we know is destroying our temples. Right? A lot of our people, a lot of our brothers got illnesses and all types of stuff. Bodies deformed, bellies hanging all over the place. Right? That ain't no way for a man to be. No man should have a deformed body walking around, man. Right? That's what your enemy did to you. Right? When you go into the ancient records and you look up what they saw when they first came here, they knew everybody here on this side of the earth at that present time was of a fit stature. You see that? And they couldn't stand it. You know what I mean? They couldn't stand looking at us, in our health and knowing that was wealth, how we glue and was glowing in the sun. You see that? That's why the Most High got to bring the sun back right now in our time to show the devil, listen, prepare yourself to go back underground because you no longer going to be able to live on this surface no more, right? If y'all ain't know, there's a heat dome over the earth right now, over America. They calling it a heat dome, right? That's destroying people. People are dying out here from the heat. Crazy times we living in, man, but we got to get right. We all got to get right. Thus save Yahweh our shot. Right. So let's jump up to verse 1 on that, right? Because it said on verse 24, nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, right? So let's see who's playing out the devil in this understanding right here, right?
Khan.
So let's go. We're gonna jump around. Hey, shalom to the captain, Ram in the spirit, right? Shalom to you, King. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh Yahushua.
You ready for verse 1?
Khan, yeah.
Khan. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 1. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave.
You see that? So the wicked and the ungodly, they're void of the spirit because they don't know the Hamashiach was said to return from the grave. They're void of this knowledge here, right? So let's stop right there, right? Because the grave in that sense synonymous with hell. Let's break it down and let's go into Luke 16:19. Let's get into the meat of this lesson. All praise to the Most High. We're gonna stop right there and come back to our wisdom of Solomon. Let's get Luke 16 and verse 19. And we're gonna read the first verse.
Yeah, I got that for you, Cap.
Con,
Verse 19, it said, there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day.
And he said he fared sumptuously every day, right? So this man was living great. He was living luxuriously, right? Go ahead.
And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores.
All right, so we're going to stop right there on that. We're going to go back, right? We're just going to mirror this and parallel this with Wisdom of Solomon to see, right? Because now we understand that there's a rich man who is of a wealthy sense, right? And we know that in the Bible, if you wealthy, man, it's pretty much impossible for you to pass through the kingdom of heaven, right? It said it would be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of the Most High, right? So it said in Wisdom of Solomon, speaking of the ungodly, right? Let's see some of the character of these ungodly. Let's see if they were poor people, or let's see if they was living good as well. All right.
Khan, you want verse 1 again?
No, we go back to where you left off.
Khan, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been.
Mm-hmm.
For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart, which, being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as a soft air, and our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof.
Mm-hmm.
For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning.
All right, so stop right there, right? So it says, and after our end, there is no return. Hey, could somebody grab real quick in the book of Maccabees? Can somebody grab the history on those 7 sons real quick? 2nd Maccabees chapter 7. Let me see. Let me get verse 14. 2nd Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 14.
The book
Can I get it?
Mm-hmm.
7 verse 14. It says, so when he was ready to die, he said thus, it is good, being put to death by men, to look for hope from our power to be raised up again by him.
Mm-hmm.
As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life.
You see that right there? So he says, so when he was ready to die, he said, thus, it is good being put to death by men, right? By these damn devils, right? By these wicked heathens, man. You see that? To look for hope from the Most High to be raised up again, because our spirit, we already knew that we would raise up again, right? With righteous souls. And it says, as for thee, as for the wicked, as for the heathen, thou shalt have no resurrection of life. See that? There's no coming back for you heathens, man. Once your time is up, right? Once the Most High pulls the plug on this thing, your days are done. All of your works are finished, right? There's going to be no more remembering the tall buildings that you put up, right? Your great buildings, all of these things, you know, that you've tried to create in this lifespan, you know, is nothing like you think of the greatest thing that these heathens created, right? It ain't gonna be here no more. Nobody's gonna remember this stuff. And the Most High is gonna burn it all up anyway.
Hey, Salakia, hey, that's powerful because that's going into that Obadiah where he
Mm-hmm.
said that it ain't gonna be any remaining of the house of Esau. And
Come.
remember we had that debate with what was that, Israel Church of God and Pastor Jared. We had cut him up with that, and he was like, "But no, that's talking about the flesh." He said they go come back. The Lord go bring them back with new bodies in the kingdom.
Hey, I got you bringing back right here. I got the precept that he needs.
Go ahead.
Hey, I got you. It's the book of John, chapter 5, verse 29. Matter of fact, we'll go to 28. It says, "Marvel not at this, for the hour is coming, in the which all that are in the graves shall hear his voice, and shall come forth, they that have done good unto the resurrection of life, and they that have done evil unto the resurrection of damnation."
Mm.
So,
Heavy.
I mean, you know, this whole doctrine with the, you know, you could be bad as you want to be and then think you're going to be getting the kingdom later on. And I don't know.
According to Pastor Jared, he said the Edomites gonna come back after they destroyed. He said the
Yeah,
Lord gonna bring
they're
them
going to get
back.
put in slavery and put back down.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, but beautiful points there, right? So where we left off at Wisdom of Solomon, verse 5.
Khan,
Yeah,
yeah,
can I read that verse 5 again? Yep.
verse 5. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again.
Go ahead.
Khan, come on therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
Mm-hmm.
Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and
See, listen.
ointments.
Now listen to the pridefulness of the devil now, right? Of the ungodly. See that? Look at what they're doing here. Go ahead.
And let no flower of the spring pass by us.
Mm-hmm.
Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before
See,
they.
let us crown ourselves, right? We waiting on a crown from the Heavenly Father and the Heavenly Son, right? We don't want to crown ourselves, man. We not trying to big ourselves up out here in this work, right? We looking for other people to see our glory and understand our story, but they want to crown themselves, man, and look glorious, right? Go ahead.
Before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness.
Of our voluptuousness, man. We want everything. We want the fatness of the whole earth. We want all of the best things, right? We we want to live sumptuously too. I thought you knew. Go ahead.
Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. For this is our portion, and our lot is this.
Now listen to the devil now. So he's telling you what the plot and the plan is here, right? This is what their lot is to do to who? Go ahead.
Let us oppress the poor righteous man.
Damn. We want to just keep putting our foot on the poor righteous man. That's why the Most High, he got to take care of the poor. You know what I mean? That's why the ministry is to the poor. You understand? Let me get Job 5 and 15 and 16. Right? They want to oppress the poor righteous man, right? But you see how it says the poor righteous man, right? So listen to the poor people of the earth. You should be living righteous.
Khan, this is the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 15.
Khan.
But he saveth the poor from the sword.
What he do?
But he saveth the poor from the sword,
Mm-hmm.
from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty.
Mm-hmm.
So the poor hath hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. Verse 17. Behold,
Nah, that's it on that. That's it on that. That's all I wanted. So I did the water out. Right? So the Most High is going to save the poor from the sword. You know, and that's why we got to go out on the highways and the hedges to deliver the ministry to the poor. You know what I'm saying? To the poor of our people, to the lowly of our people. You understand? Who don't have this doctrine, who don't have this spirit to be built up in the last days, right? So while the devil is oppressing the poor righteous man, right, we got to go up here and go out here and build up that poor righteous man from that sword. But go ahead.
Khan, let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean, contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objecteth to our infamy the transgressings of our education.
All right, stop right there because everything that these heathens do, right? It says that he is clean, contrary to our doings, right? Hey, we not throwing the baby out with the bathwater, you hear me? We know how to wash over here. You know what I'm saying? We know how to eat clean foods over here. You see what I'm saying? Our education and our knowledge supersedes anything that these devils could ever know, right? Their knowledge can't hold a candle to what the Most High put in his children. You see that? That's why we can destroy their science, right? We can destroy all of their all their modern technology come from us. They wouldn't have no computers, cell phones, video games, light bulbs, nothing without the children of Israel, right? So the education is garbage. You see that? So let's go ahead and stop right there. Let's go back to Luke real quick.
Which verse do we? Oh, full of sores.
Yeah,
Licking his sword. Yeah, licking his sores. Verse 22. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he
and
lift
in
up,
where?
and in hell he lift up his eyes.
So let's go into that word hell there one more time. And let's just see where he was at.
In Hades again.
Mm-hmm.
Name of Hades or Pluto. Later use of this word, the grave, death, hell, properly unseen, or the place of departed souls.
Right. So when that rich man, when he died and he was buried and he opened up his eyes in hell, he was in a place where departed souls have to sit for a little while, right? Where you got the souls of the righteous and you got the souls of the unrighteous. So let's see right here. Let's go on and see rather if he was in a good case while he was in this place called hell. Let's see if he was just chilling. Maybe he came back, right? Maybe this rich man, he came back, and wanted to be King Solomon. I don't know.
And in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water, and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame.
So he said, "For I am tormented in this what?
In this flame.
In this flame." He's being tormented in a flame, y'all. Right? So what are people talking about here? They just say, "Hey, listen, man, that's a parable, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. You know, the Messiah, he really didn't mean nothing by this. You know, he was just saying that, you know, this is just what we're gonna be dealing with in the physical form while we on the earth. You know, we have some people, right? We got the rich man, you know, rich man. We got those, you know, your Rothschilds and them. You know, they live in glory. They living deliciously out here, you know. But look at us. Where are we at? You know, we on the low end of this thing. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing for us, man. So let me get Psalms 9 and 13 and 20. And let me somebody grab Ezekiel 32, 26 and 29. 26 through 29. Salati. And if somebody could grab Isaiah 14, 18 through 19.
It says Psalms 9 and 13.
Khan.
Khan. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 9, verse 13. It says, "Have mercy upon me, O Father, consider my trouble, which I have suffered, Salakia, which I suffer of them that hate me. Thou that liftest me up from the gates of death." 14. That I may show forth all thy praise in the gates of the daughter of Zion. I will rejoice in thy salvation.
Go ahead.
15. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made.
That they did what?
That they made.
So it says the heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made. Go ahead.
And the net which they hid is their own foot taken.
Mm-hmm.
16. The Most High is known by the judgment which he executed.
Nah, he don't execute the judgment, man. He just let you come back, man. You could live however you want to, you know, come back as a flower. You know, maybe I could just come back somebody else that, you know, maybe I want to be Job. Job got, you know, he had a hard life, but he was perfect. He came back. Most High did it again. Won't he do it?
The Most High is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. He got on Salah.
Mm-hmm.
17. The wicked shall be turned into hell.
Where's
and
the
all-
wicked gonna be?
The wicked shall be turned into hell,
Mm-hmm.
and all the nations that forget the Most High.
Right. So the wicked nations are gonna be turned into hell. You got a lot of these wicked ass nations that's going into captivity. Like the brother said in Obadiah 1 and 18, you got a lot of these Edomites that's gonna burn forevermore. They're gonna be ashes, right? So what are we talking about? Right? So the wicked shall be turned into hell. Go ahead. And all the nations.
And all the nations that forget Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 18, for the needy shall not always be forgotten. The expectation of the poor shall not perish forever.
Go ahead.
Verse 19, arise, Yahweh, let not man prevail, yet let the heathen be judged in thy sight.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 20, put them in fear, Yahweh, that the nations may know themselves to be but men.
That they should know themselves to be but men, because who are we? Gods. Most High created us to be like himself. He created gods on this earth. These heathens ain't nothing but men. But he said, listen, if you follow him, right, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, you're going to die like a man. You're going to die like Esau. You see that? So let me get that Ezekiel chapter 32, verse 26 through 29. And the other book is Isaiah 14, 18 through 19.
I got that Ezekiel for you.
Khan,
this is the book of
I got Isaiah.
Ezekiel 32 and 26. There's Meshach, Tubal, and all her multitude. Her graves are round about him, all of them uncircumcised, slain by the sword, though they caused their terror in the land of the living. And they shall not lie with the mighty that are fallen of the uncircumcised, which are gone down to hell with their weapons of war.
See that? We ain't gonna lie with these damn heathens, man. Right? With their weapons. They gonna all go down into hell for all their evil works, right? Thus saith the Lord. Go ahead.
And they have laid their swords under their heads, but their iniquities shall be upon their bones.
Mm-hmm.
Though they were the terror of the mighty in the land of the living, ye, thou shalt be broken in the midst of the uncircumcised, and shall lie with them that are slain with the sword. There is Edom, her kings, and all her princes, which with their might are laid by them that were slain by the sword. They shall lie with the uncircumcised, and with them that go down to the pit.
And they all gonna be finished, man. Right? There's a place in the pit in which those souls will not return. Understand this, man. This is plain upon tables, right? If you're looking anywhere outside of this, we're gonna give you your physical condition of hell right here. Read that, Yashuan.
Con, this Isaiah 14 and 18. It
And
says
somebody
all the
grab Salat. Oh, matter of fact, while you there, Yashuan, you could get Isaiah 5 and 13 as well. My bad.
Con, it says all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, even every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch,
Mm-hmm.
and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial.
Understand that clearly right there, man. We not gonna be joined with these people in burial, right? It's gonna be a separation for us, right? Go ahead.
Because thou hast destroyed thy land and
Mm-hmm.
slain thy people, the seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I
Go
will
ahead.
rise, for I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord.
Right. So that's going into your your Obadiahs and all of the other scriptures that talk about how these heathens are going to be destroyed in the last days, right? So that other scripture was Isaiah 5, 13 and 14.
Khan says, therefore my people are gone into captivity, because they have no knowledge,
Hmm.
and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. Therefore hell hath enlarged herself, and
It's,
opened her mouth without measure.
it says, therefore hell have enlarged itself and opened her mouth without measure. You see that? Because of the captivity of the people. So listen, that's your physical hell right there. That's the physical understanding of hell, of being in a captive state, being in prison, in the physical frame in this earth somewhere, right? That's cool. We understand that. But there's a spiritual place in which souls must go to be tormented, that the Messiah was trying to get the people to understand, while he was paralleling things from the old and the new understanding of things, because our people are void of what the Messiah was really doing with his ministry. You got something, Yashwan?
Now, you want me to finish that verse out?
Yeah, come on, go ahead.
It says, and their glory, and their multitude, and their pomp, and he that rejoiceth shall descend into it.
Con. Let me see.
You want me to keep going?
Nah, that's it on that. Get on that water. All praise. All right, so let's go back to that Luke.
That
Where
was
do we
Luke
leave?
19, right?
25, right?
Let me see.
Finger in the water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. Absolutely.
Con, yeah.
Verse 25. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented.
Right, because many of the people who live glorious lifestyles, right, even right now, even those of our people, when you look at them, the rich man in his sense right here could be a rich man of our people also. Your Floyd Mayweathers of the world, all of these different entertainers that are living gloriously, who know the Israelites, but they'll never go out on the highways and the byways and do the work, right? They'll never go out on the highways and the hedges and buy a couple of schools for Israelites.
Nope.
They say, hey, look, I love what y'all brothers are doing out there with the work. Come on in here. Y'all need schools. Y'all need new clothes. What y'all need.
Hey, you would think that would happen, right? The least you can do, Hey, carry
Kyrie,
a multitude of sin, but they ain't even trying to do that.
none of them. Kyrie, Kanye, Amari Stoudemire, Anthony Mason, the list goes on of all you entertainers that actually know your Israelites, man. Right? And it's shameful. It's shameful that so many rich men, there's this brother some years ago, he actually does all of the training for the new pro athletes. And he came out on his platform years ago and said, you know what? Shouldn't be surprised if over 75% of athletes know the Israelites and know this truth. And that's shameful, that they know these scriptures the way that they do, and they see the work that we're doing out here, and these men playing basketball, making $1 million checks,
They're playing basketball.
But all they got time to do is put up more rims in the hood, man.
Right.
They want niggas to keep playing basketball, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't really want you to get the kingdom. They're trying to keep you in sin. They're trying to keep you playing games, like the Greeks, and them damn Romans, man. You see that? When we supposed to be taking back the kingdom, right? The Messiah said, if this was my kingdom, then my people gonna fight for me, man. You see, these niggas ain't fighting. They laying down playing basketball, man.
Right.
Right? Hey, do you have that image that I sent you with that golf fix to put up there?
Let me see. Salaki, let me see this real quick.
Yeah, we good.
Wait, which one? Oh,
and in fact, hold on. Can you play that? Matter of fact, play that clip of that situation, because we could show a form of hell right here.
Oh,
and
yeah.
in modern day time, for the people who may not have seen this right here, this is some of the latest news, coming in for our people to know. Listen, if you think you was out of slavery, these people trying to put you back for real.
Yeah, Tom, let me put it up right here. Salakia.
This one's going to blow your mind, even in today's world. A white couple who enslaved black adopted kids charged. 63-year-old Donald Ray Lance and 62-year-old Jean K. Whitefeather, a white couple from Sissonville, West Virginia, are back behind bars after a judge revoked their initial bond and raised it to $500,000 apiece. More than double the amount they faced last
Hey, look, that right there is the face of evil. That right there.
year when police
Hey,
arrested them on charges of locking their adopted black children in a barn and forcing them to work as slaves. The couple was ordered to reappear in court on June 11th, more than 8 months after each posted a $200,000 bond following their arrests in October.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need one.
First place, you're Juneteenth. I don't know why they were out to reappear in the first place. You're going back to slave days. Some people maybe need to be locked up pending adjudication here. And I don't like to lock people up, but there's some people, they do. Apparently, those are the allegations. Police were conducting a wellness check at the Cheyenne Lane home October 2nd, 2023, when they were shocked to discover 2 of the couple's 5 adopted children living in deplorable conditions. Children had been padlocked inside a ramshackle storage shed on the back of the property, which had no working lights or water. You understand why I don't think they deserve bond? The police showed up, and this is what they say they discovered. Used children were identified only as a 14-year-old boy and a 16-year-old girl. Third child, identified as a 9-year-old girl, was confined to a loft inside the main house, away from the presence of the adults, isolated from her other siblings, police said, according to reports. Lana Blackstar filling in more. At the initial court hearing in October, Lance and Whitefeather pleaded not guilty, and Kanawha County Circuit Judge Mary Claire Akers set bond at $200,000 in each. Too low. That's too low. Couple made bail in February, were released to await trial. They remained free for several months, but in May, a grand jury indicted the couple on more than a dozen new charges, most serious being human trafficking of a minor child, which prompted the judge to revoke the lower bond, ordering the couple held in lieu of $1 million. Along with human trafficking and neglect with serious risk of bodily injuries or death, I don't find the bond to be sufficient, Akers told defense attorneys during the second bond hearing. Upgraded charges included alleged use of a minor child in forced labor, child neglect, creating a substantial risk of serious bodily injury or death, as well as false swearing, potential civil rights violations based on color, race, or ancestry, according to documents. Indictment suggests that 3 of the 5 adopted children were Black and that the human rights charges stem from those children being specifically targeted and forced to work because of their race.
So, in a nutshell, what they were doing was they had 5 children that they adopted, and they were turning them into slaves. That's what they did. That right there is the face of evil. That right there is the Edomite nation that the Most High needs to eradicate for real.
Hey, and look, they was pretty well off people. They got money to throw around for bonds like it ain't nothing. Apparently,
Like I don't know where I got $20,000 just sitting there collecting dust.
You know what I mean?
$100,000 bond, and then they went ahead and posted the $1 million bond later.
Right.
How much money you got? Just lying around.
hey, it's a lot, and our people look at us like we crazy when we be telling them, to separate from these damn devils. Hey, how many of our sisters we seen last week walk around with them old Edomites? We like, sis, you gotta get out. They looking at us like, nigga, you crazy. You paying my rent. You crazy.
Hey, but that's your modern hellish conditions, though.
Right. Next thing you know, you mess around, you gonna be locked up in his basement. He gonna turn you to a damn slave.
Hey, it's coming.
Right.
It's coming to the sisters, man.
Right.
All them sisters walking with them old Edomites out there, man. It's coming.
And look, what about the the lesbian sisters? Like,
Hmm.
it wasn't just Eve, right? It was Eve
Right.
and Esau.
Hmm.
Come on, man. It's a damn shame.
Got to get it together, people. Got to get it together. But yeah, it's videos like that we got to put out, for the public to show why it is that we go out with the spirit that we go out with. You know, why the information, why the lessons that we do, are, as thorough as they are, for our people to change their ways and understand what conditions that you're actually are in present time, because we go out here with these scriptures, every week to try to get it and convince our people, that this is true work. And us going into slavery and still being in slavery, people don't want to hear that they still in slavery. Even if you're just talking about the mind of our people being in captive, they're putting our people in physical captivity still to this day. Forget about the prison system, right? You got that, and listen, that's just a couple right there. How many more of these devils are operating right now with the same intent?
Right. Those are the ones that just got caught because they was retarded. Right. But what about the ones that are cops? Right. What about the ones that are
Ooh,
mayors? What about the ones that are governors? Right.
ooh,
Your political leaders, right? Your House of
Uh,
Representatives.
Salakia, Salakia, but I want to say, I don't know
what?
when it was. It was a couple of months ago, maybe like near the end of last year, where they caught that one business company where they
You went out up?
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. I thought it was me.
Nah, yeah, his he must have, his signal must have went out or something.
Okay.
But
But yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
sure he was gonna say something very similar. Like, how many of these damn Edomites, and it's not only Edomites that doing this, it's the other nations too. You know,
Huh?
it's like,
Chinese,
right.
the Arabs.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All of these people, man, they are still full on slave traders right now today.
Confederate against thee.
Huh?
They have said, let us cut them off from being a nation.
Mm. And that's a part of being in a physical hell right there. That's different from understanding this parable that the Messiah was trying to show the people here. But hey Shalak, you wanted to finish what you was trying to say, King?
yeah, Salakia. Can y'all hear me?
Hmm.
Khan, yeah. So I was gonna say, happened a couple months ago where they caught that one business and they had a bunch of so-called Mexicans locked up in there and they weren't paying them or nothing and they were just holding them hostage and they were like, yo, y'all niggas gotta work.
See that?
So yeah, you see till this day they still continue to treat our people like garbage. And yet when we say, hey, separate, they say we the wrong ones. It's madness out here.
Hey man, what it say? Separate from thy enemies and take heed of thy
Our
friend.
friends, right? Hey, but look, it's not only these politicians, not only these regular, normal, everyday Edomites, right? Even the celebrities, right?
Hmm.
How many celebrities do we have now that have rented, or because that's what I call it? It's rent a child, right?
Right, right, right.
Madonna, right? Charlize Theron. Like, you have so many different celebrities that have rented our children, right? And then what happens is that our children now all of a sudden, all the males are now females, right? All the females are now males, right? And they allow this. They continue to push this agenda, right? Who just came out? Damn it, who just came out? Oh my gosh. There was one celebrity that I'm thinking of right now, and it's on the tip of my tongue, but his daughter wants to be a dude. I
You
can't think
talking
of.
about the was it Marlon Wayne?
Yeah, Marlon
Marlon
Wayne, but
Wayne.
you know, he didn't adopt. He's just pushing that agenda. But you know, like example, Charlize Theron, right? You know her in a whole bunch of different movies. She's in, you know, a lot of good movies, right? But she adopted 3 black children, and all 3 of those black children are now male to female conversions. Every single one of them. The same thing with Madonna. All her kids that she rented out all want to be transsexuals. It's disgusting.
Hmm. Well, and there you have it. Modern day slavery for the people, right? What a shame. But let's go on and keep on going through this. More, if you could pull up that image and read verse 26 down, and we'll jump into the other books real quick.
You talking about the Josephus?
Now you got that image up there.
Let's see.
And
Here.
we're gonna go into the Ezra. Actually, we'll do the
You talking about
Josephus.
the rebuke?
No. The other one.
The parable of Lazarus?
Right.
Okay, Con. Yeah, let me pull that up. Give me a second. Lock you.
And Salati to the listening audience, we're gonna read through the rest of this loop, and then I'm gonna go into an additional writing of Ezra.
Damn, I'm trying to find it on the. Where'd you find that on Google?
It's cool if you can't pull it up. You could just
Damn, I found something almost.
yeah, you could put in the Golf Fix. It should come up just to give the people a visual of.
I know this ain't it.
Nah,
Get started with that.
Yeah, but it's all good. Matter of fact, let me see if I can send you this real quick. But go ahead, verse 26, Luke 16:26. It's out there. If somebody else can grab that. Unless you want
Con, I got you.
All right, Con.
Luke 16 and 26.
Mm-hmm.
Con. There's the book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 26. And it reads, "And besides all this, between us and you there is a great gulf fixed, so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that would come from thence. Then he said, I pray thee therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house, for I have 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them, lest they also come into this place of torment. Abraham saith unto him, They have Moses and the prophets. Let them hear them. And he said, Nay, Father Abraham, but if one went unto them from the dead, they will repent. And he said unto him, If they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded, though one rose from the dead."
And we know that one is the Hamashiach Yahushua, right? And the people still ain't listening. You see what I'm saying? So here it is. We had this rich man. Hey, Mahar, did you get that clip that I sent you?
Khan, I'm gonna pull it up. I just got the image just now. Let me pull this image up.
Yeah, you could pull that clip up. It'd probably be better than that image.
Okay, Khan.
Yeah.
Let me pull that up.
A little visual.
See what we got here.
Was you able to get it?
Yeah, Khan.
Yeah. You can't blow it up.
Pretty low on the side.
All right. Hey, it's gonna be a lot of Edomites on that day, man.
Alms. Welcome.
Now look, we know this ain't the people, man, but this
Yes, I am Abraham. Welcome to paradise. Paradise? Yes, paradise. We've been preparing a banquet in your honor. Yes, yes, come.
yeah, that joint's super low. Hey, let's just go ahead and roll on with it. Pull up that Ezra real quick. Let's just go into it.
Let's see, I think I got the picture now. Too little, too late, but
Yeah, that's all good. So just a visual of that golf fix of showing that there's a place in a subterraneous region, right, in the earth, in which there is a place which symbolizes paradise, or what you could say would be the place of Abraham's bosom, and a place of torments, in which they can obviously see one another that are dwelling in this place, right? So we're gonna go into this these additional writings of Ezra that was taken out. Matter of fact, if we get Second Ezra 14 real quick. So the Second Ezra 14. Let me
you want
see.
714?
Second Ezra 14, chapter 14.
Okay, come on.
Let me see something. Start at verse 3 real quick. Let me just see.
Then said he unto me, in the bush I did manifestly reveal myself unto Moses.
Yeah, go ahead.
And talked with him when my people served in Egypt. And I sent him and led my people out of Egypt and brought him up to the mount of where I held him by me a long season, and told him many wondrous things, and showed him the secrets of the times and the end, and commanded him, saying, These words shalt thou declare, and these shalt thou hide.
Right. So the Most High always had a way. You know, he told Daniel to seal up the books. You know, Jeremiah, you know, he sealed up a book and threw it in the river Euphrates. You understand? So there's always, you know, situations where people just ain't going to understand some of these writings, and the Most High got to seal them up for some people of understanding and wisdom, right? Jump down verse 9.
Verse 9, For thou shalt be taken away from all, and from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son, and with such as be like thee, until the times be ended. For the world hath lost his youth, and the times begin to wax old. For the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone already, and a half of a 10th part. And there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part. Now, therefore, set thine house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature.
Jump down to verse 17.
Verse 17, For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein.
Right, and that's the time period that we're in right now, right? So jump down to verse 42 and we'll go down.
Verse 42, it says, The highest gave understanding unto the 5 men, and they wrote the wonderful visions of the night that were told, which they knew not. And they sat 40 days, and they wrote in the day, and at night they ate bread. As for me, I spake in the day, and I held not my tongue by night. In 40 days they wrote 204 books. And it came to pass, when the 40 days were filled, that the highest spake, saying, The first that thou hast written, publish openly, that the worthy and unworthy may read it. But keep the 70 last, that thou mayest deliver them only to such as be wise among the people. For in them is the spring of understanding, the fountain of wisdom, and the stream of knowledge. And I did so.
Right, so we're going right now going to those additional writings, right? So if you could pull that up, Brother Mahar.
Which one you want first?
7.
Ezra.
Yeah, Ezra chapter 7.
And verse 66, you said?
Khan. Let's start at 67. Well, yeah, 66 is cool. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, Khan.
Mm-hmm.
Pull it up right here. It says, It is much better with them than with us, for they do not look for a judgment, and they do not know any torment or salvation promised to them after death.
So now what we're going to go in here through the Spirit is the understanding of what the Messiah was breaking down in Luke, right? And what takes place in Abraham's bosom. Okay. So what happens when the departed souls leave this physical stature? Go ahead.
Khan. It says, What does it profit us that we shall be preserved alive, but cruelly tormented. For all who have been born are entangled in iniquities. Can y'all see that? Salaki, let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit so everybody can see it. Okay. What does it profit us that we shall be preserved alive, but cruelly tormented? For all who have been born are entangled in iniquities, and are full of sins and burdened with transgressions. And if after death we were not to come into judgment, perhaps it would have been better for us. He answered me and said, when the Most High made the world and Adam and all who have come from him, he first prepared the judgment and the things that pertain to judgment.
So when the Most High created the heavens and the earth, he also put a place for judgment set for those spirits that would go against his will, right? He declared the end from the beginning, people. Go ahead.
Come on. It says, but now understand from your own words, for you have said that the mind grows with us. For this reason, therefore, those who live on earth shall be tormented, because though they had understanding, they committed iniquity. And though they received the commandments, they did not keep them. And though they obtained the law, they dealt unfaithfully with what they received.
See that? So when you deal with that, right? Go to somebody grab 2nd Ezra chapter 9 real quick, where it goes into where it says, while they yet had liberty, they loathed my law. I believe that's
verse 9.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Kind of 2nd Ezra 9 and I'll start at verse 9. It says, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments.
They're going to dwell in what?
Dwell in torments.
So Ezra knew what he was talking about here, man, through the Spirit, right? He knew these torments was going to come to his people, you know. That's why Ezra's ministry was so powerful, man, right? But go ahead.
For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law, while they yet had liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it.
See that? And that's what many of our people, they do now, right? They understand that the Hamashiach lived a perfect lifestyle, a man without sin, died for the nation of Israel. Matter of fact, died for everybody on the planet. But ain't nobody doing what he said. Ain't nobody walking how he walked. Ain't nobody putting away iniquity, right? While they yet have liberty. You find out that most of the people, they hate the laws of the Most High. They don't want to change the things, you know what I'm saying, that's written there that they know. They don't want to put away the strange delicacies that they love to eat. They think it's a small matter, right? But the Most High is really going to put people to death for breaking his laws and eating these abominable foods and doing works of abominable acts, right? But go ahead.
The same must know it after death by pain.
After death by what?
By pain.
Nah, I think it said right there that they're going to know it after death and they're going to come back into the kingdom as somebody else, brother.
It says by pain.
Damn. No, man. No. I think we got to go back to the drawing board, man. You know, when the boxers get beat up, they be like, man, I got to go back to the drawing board and figure this out. Yeah, I think we got to go back and figure this out, man, because pain is coming after death, man. We already in pain right now. A lot of people in pain right now. You got inflammation all in your body. You're in pain right now. You want to be in pain after death? I thought you're supposed to be at rest.
Right. Hey, so did you have chapter 7 and verse 56 too?
Nah, go ahead.
All right, kind this 2nd Ezra 7 and verse 56. It says, "For while we lived and committed iniquity, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death."
Mm. Oh, whoa. I don't think they heard you, brother. Yeah, rewind that back for the people in the back. I think the people in the back gotta hear that.
This second Edges 756. It says, "For while we lived and committed iniquity, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death."
We're gonna suffer for it after death, man. So it's better now. You understand to come back to the knowledge of your creators and to repent, right? To be converted. See that? To try to be perfect in the last days. Instead of saying I can't be perfect, how about try to work on it? You know what I'm saying? How about every day you take a portion of your wickedness and cast it away? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a good start. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a man that's given, to too much appetite, change it up. How about fast for the day? If you got a lustful eye, you know what I'm saying? How about change it up? How about don't even just look at the ground? Don't even look at no women. Just walk around and, close your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Because these torments are coming.
Right.
If you can't, if you can't do it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you still hating your brother, if your knowledge has puffed you up so much that you got to talk about your brother with hatred, it's best you repent, and do the first works. You know what I mean? Because we ain't supposed to be doing that either. It's a lot of hatred over knowledge right now, right? But beautiful precept, King. Beautiful. Mahar, go ahead. Yeah, let's get through this.
Khan, I'm trying to, damn it, I'm trying to find it. I had pulled it up earlier, but essentially, the stuff that the captain is going into is, it's stuff that is in the, like this right here, the fourth book of Ezra, which is Ezra's chapter 7, but it goes past, I think 7 only goes up to, I think it's 60, 70. It goes up to
Yeah,
7.
yeah, stop at 70.
Right. So a lot of these writings you can find in, the Latin Vulgate, you can find it in the Septuagint, some of it you can find in other places, right? So, that's more or less what you're looking for if you wanted to read into these writings also, just to give a little bit of history behind it.
Come.
Salakia, which verse did you want me to do now?
I believe we were at 72.
72. Come.
Yeah.
Salakia. It says, "For this reason, therefore, those who live on earth shall be tormented, because though they had understanding, they committed iniquity. And though they received the commandments, they did not keep them. And though they obtained the law, they dealt unfaithfully with what they received. What then will they have to say in the judgment? Or how will they answer in the last times? How long the Most High has been patient with those who inhabit the world, and not for their sake, but because of the times he has foreordained."
Go ahead.
Con. It says, "I answered and said, if I have found favor in your sight, O Lord, show this also to your servant, whether after death, as soon as every one of us yields up the soul, we shall be kept in rest until those times come when you will renew the creation, or whether we shall be tormented at once."
Now listen at this. This get heavy, y'all. Go ahead.
He answered me and said, "I will show you that also, but do not include yourself with those who have shown scorn, or number yourself among." I think this is where it bounces off.
So it says, nor number yourself among those who are tormented, for you have a treasure of works laid up with the Most High, right? So that's heavy right there, if you can see that, because the Most High is basically telling Ezra here, look, you good. You know what I'm saying? All what you've done up until this point right here, when you get ready to go into Abraham's bosom, you don't got to worry about it. But this to be at rest. This torment ain't gonna come to you, right? Matter of fact, somebody grab Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1.
Con.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh, and there shall no torment touch them.
See that? So this is how Ezra was feeling. Ezra was like, yo, I'm good. You understand? Because my soul is in the hands of the Most High. Why? Because I did those things that was faithful in His sight. I kept the works, right? I kept the commandments. I kept the laws, right? I ministered to the people. I taught the commandments, right? So Ezra had a good report with the Most High, you know, and the Most High kind of sealed Ezra, you know, with this understanding and knowing that he won't be tormented. You see that? Was you able to pull it back up, Mar?
Yeah, Khan. I pulled up the other one just to show. It's right in Bible Study Tools. I know some of the brothers and sisters use BibleStudyTools.com. You know, it's like the BLB, you know, the Blue Letter Bible, or even Bible Hub. It's very similar, but you know, as you can see, Bible Study Tools. Now you see 2nd Ezra 7. Now 7 only goes up to 70. This is 75 to 105, and you find it in the CEBA, right? You find it in the GNT, you find it in the NRSA, and you find it in this one, the Revised Standard Version with the Apocrypha. So, you know, just, you know, ammo for, you know, for you to check out. But if we go back to that verse 76, which I just read, it says, he answered me and said, I will show you that also, but do not be associated with those who have shown scorn, nor number yourself among those who are tormented. Verse 77. Is that what you wanted next, Cap?
Yeah.
Okay. For you have a treasure of works laid up with the Most High, but it will not be shown to you until the last times. Now concerning death, the teaching is, when the decisive decree has gone forth from the Most High that a man shall die, as the spirit leaves the body to return again to him who gave it, first of all, it adores the glory of the Most High.
Man, look at that right there. Could you imagine that right there? When you sitting there and you your clock is clicked, and you see people when they say they die, they see that light, right? They say, I'm going to the light. Hey, it said right here that they're gonna adorn the beauty of the Most High. Right? That's the light that they seeing. They seeing the light and the glory of the Most High. You understand? Who is looking down in the looking glass into the heavens, man. He been watching this place the whole time. Right? Looking at all your works, right? But go ahead.
Hey, the Most High's eyes are 10,000 times brighter. Verse 79. And if it is one of those who have shown scorn and have not kept the way of the Most High, and who have despised his law, and who have hated those who fear God, such spirits shall not enter into habitations, but shall immediately wander about in torments.
Now you think about that right there, right? It said they're not going to go into the habitations, but they shall wander about in torments, right? You know what happened with Cain? Didn't he go to Nod, right? Wasn't he cast away and he had to go off into Nod? When you look that up, he was a wanderer. You know what I'm saying? So he wandered on without the spirit of the Most High until death. That's heavy. You know what I'm saying? And many of our people right now are wanderers in darkness because they're void of the spirit. They're void of the law. They're void of the commandments. right? So the Messiah said, what is he going to do? He's going to cast people off into outer darkness. So if you're cast off into outer darkness, right, where are you going? That don't sound like you know what I'm saying? You still gonna be able to look around at some things and be confused. But you're not gonna have the spirit of the most high, right? And when you go on in this, it's gonna get even heavier when you see the glory of the most high. But go ahead.
Khan and Salaki, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
If we go to Matthew 8 and 12,
Khan.
right? Just to confirm, let's get this red letter so you know it's red letter. 8 and 12, right? I'll start at 11. It says, "And I say unto you that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness." That's what the captain just said. "There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth." You know, it all the Bible is very harmonious, right? These scriptures go hand in hand.
Absolutely beautiful.
It's like going back to this. Such spirits shall not enter into habitations, but shall immediately wander about in torments, ever grieving and sad in 7 ways, right? Or weeping and gnashing of teeth in outer darkness. The first way, because they have scorned the law of the Most High. That's for
Look
all
at
those
that.
Christians, man. That's all those Methodists, those Seventh-day Adventists, all those Catholics, all of the Muslim population, like all of the Israelites that believe that the Most High's laws are done away with. This is going to be the very first way that they're going to be tormented. That's, I don't know.
That's heavy.
Yeah, Salakia. The first way, because they have scorned the law of the Most High. The second way, because they cannot now make a good repentance that they may live. The third way, they shall see the reward laid up for those who have trusted the covenants of the Most High. Those that go out into the highways and hedges and do the work. The fourth way, they shall consider the torment laid up for themselves in the last days. The fifth way, they shall see how the habitations of the others are guarded by angels in profound quiet.
You see that? That's enough within itself. When you look at that Gaul fix right there, and you see how they were still able to look over into Abraham's bosom while they were being tormented, man. Come on, that's crazy.
I'm gonna keep going.
Come.
The sixth way, they shall see how some of them will pass over into torments. The seventh way, which is worse than all the ways that have been mentioned, because they shall utterly waste away in confusion and be consumed with shame, and shall wither with fear at seeing the glory of the Most High, before whom they sinned while they were alive, and before whom they are to be judged in the last times. That goes right back to Daniel, that some are going to awake to everlasting shame, and some are going to awake to everlasting righteousness.
Con, grab it real quick. Daniel's 12 and 2.
Con, let me pull it. The book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 2. "And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt."
What verse you at? Read verse 3. Read verse 3 too.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
"And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever."
Now watch this. Let's see. Let me see something real quick. It might be in this over here. Hold on. It's all right. Go ahead, keep going. My bad. I was trying to.
No, you good.
It was a point over here. It's all good. I'll drop it. Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to find it right now.
Okay. Verse 4.
But it was a point in here that actually it actually paralleled that scripture that you just read. I'm not sure if it's in the Josephus. Let me see. Yeah, it's cool. It's all right. Hey, but that's it. That's yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful on that. I'll grab a couple more just in the regular scriptures, and we can go ahead and shut it down through the spirit. All praise to the Most High. Somebody grab, if you could, Barbara Shah, grab Revelations chapter 20 and verse 10, and Mark 9 and 43. Let me get Isaiah 66 real quick.
I got that Revelation.
Con.
This is the book of Revelation 20 and 10. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever.
See that? So that's the fate of those, you understand, who have the acts of a deceiver, right? The false prophets, all you false teachers, right? You're going to be cast into a lake of fire, right? So let me get Mark 9 and 43. Let me see if that's what I wanted. Hold on a minute.
Con, I got that.
Hey, keep going on that, Shalati.
Con, verse 11. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Yahweh, and the books were opened, and another book was opened, which is the book of life, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death.
Right,
And
because
whosoever
the Khan, Salati, right, because that's the works of the Messiah, is to finish the works of death, right? He's going to cast off the works of death, right? There'll be no more death, you understand, through the works of the Messiah, right? So let's go to Mark 9 and 43.
Con. It's the book of Mark, chapter 9, verse 43. And if thy hand offend thee, cut it off. It is better for thee to enter into life maimed than having two hands to go into hell, and to the fire that never shall be quenched. 44. Where their worm dieth not,
Where
and
that what?
where their worm dieth not,
Go ahead.
and the fire is not quenched. 45. And if thy foot offend thee, cut it off.
So stick to that point right there. It says, so where that worm dieth not, right? Is that what it said, brother?
Con, where their worm dieth not.
All right, let me grab Isaiah 66 and verse 15. Because this is what's coming to the earth, right?
The book of Isaiah, chapter 66 and verse 15. For behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh. And the slain of Yahweh shall be many.
Hmm.
They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh.
So enjoying the pleasures of this world still until the day of the Hamashiach, right? That's why that lake of fire is going to be glorious when the Messiah comes with fire on that day for all these nations, right? And for our people that refuse to hearken unto the voice in the spirit that's out on the highways and the hedges right now in the last days. We got people laughing at us. They throwing water on us, eggs, right? Some people want to fight us. You know, some people just think we out there for entertainment. You know, one lady asked me, she said, "Hey, you know, did you guys perform yet?" And I was like, "Huh?" She said, "Yeah, did y'all perform already? I missed y'all." I said, "So like people really think we out here like like this is a joke, right?" But go down to verse 24, my brother.
Verse 24, it says, And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me. For their worm shall not die, neither shall their fire be quenched, and they shall be an abhorring unto all flesh.
Meaning many of the Israelites that are going to be in the kingdom on that day, those that are those that rise, you know, and are able to be joint heirs with the Hamashiach on that day, will look upon the flesh of the carcasses of many men, you know, that have transgressed the laws, you know. So it's important for us to reach our state of conversion. It's important for us to gather ourselves together with like-minded spirits in the last days, right? And it is important for us to keep the faith of the Mashiach and know that you know, our salvation is nearer than when we believed, you know, when we were little kids, when our grandmothers was coming up, you know. We gotta this is our job right here, right now, today, you know. And many in these brothers here enjoy doing this work through the spirit, right? So I'm gonna end this lesson on that right there. I could have went a couple of different ways with this, but you know, that's the spirit on this lesson for the day. So hey, Most High is willing. You know, this lesson was edifying to some people. You know, you got a different understanding of the different positions and states of hell, as well as the you know, the spiritual sense of the hell and the torment that's going to come to those departed souls who transgress the heavenly laws, right? I'm your brother Yashuv. You know, just want to say Tawada Yahweh Shai for the spirit in the last days. Barakatah Yahweh Shai, and Kal Halal Yahweh Hashem Yahshai Barakatah. Shalom to the 12 tribes of Israel that scattered abroad in the last days. Shalom to you.
Hey, Salaki, real quick, Cap, check this
Mhm.
out. This just came across my feed. This is
Come,
called Judgment. You ready?
come. Damn. Damn. That's the movie theater?
You see this? This is what the Most
Damn.
High does to the people that he doesn't like. He
Wow.
collapses an entire ceiling on your forehead.
See that? Hey, they was going to enjoy a movie, man. But how many of them cast away the you know, the scriptures, man? They probably walked past Israelites out there going into that movie theater, you know.
Con.
Who knows, man? Hey, but y'all brothers go around the panel, man. Beautiful work, man. The water for you brothers, man. The water for the spirit in the last days. Spirit for spirit. All praise to the Most High.
Yeah, mighty teaching, Cap. Praises. Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Israel. This your brother Yahshua by Yahweh.
Hey, Shalom Israel, this is your brother Mahar. Kwam Yasha.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. It's your brother Shalak.
Hey, Shalom Israel is your brother Aniel. Strong teaching.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. That was an incredible lesson by Captain Yashu. This your brother Kazak.
And it looks like we got the mighty Shapar in the building. You know, the Gadite of all Gadites. Father Abraham, you know, Shalom.
Right. Hey, he knocked out. He laying there with the axe on his chest, like, I got your ass.
Hey, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom, okay.
Hey, Shalom, okay.
All praise to the Most High.